許さないぞ。僕を邪魔しようなんてしている奴は誰だって
幼い。ほとんど子供のままだよ君は。いいかね、人は誰だって土くれでできた人形じゃない。自分自身も他の人もそう簡単に思い通りにはならないのさ。まして君はティターン、それもとりわけ厄介な星のもとに生まれたときている。
嘘だ
Arion tells the story of a demigod who, after being trapped in the underworld by Hades away from his blind mother Demeter, eventually is freed and goes on a revenge quest to kill Zeus and cure his mother's affliction. Along the way, he meets the young and impetuous Seneca, the quiet Resphina, the power-seeking Apollo, the warrior Athena, and his wayward father Poseidon. As he deepens himself further in the world around him, he learns there is far more to his life than he ever thought. It's rare we get an anime like Arion, basing itself entirely in Greek mythology, while taking huge leaps in artistic license. Though, honestly, its willingness to stem from traditionalism and mythology adaptation is probably one of the story's greatest strengths. The first of which being the main character is based, in name only, on a Pegasus, reimagined as a traditional Perseus-type hero. With that, the story plays out as a fairly accessible Campbellian hero's journey. Mythology is always a fun subject for stories, so seeing something like this made is actually very appealing to me. In the same way God of War uses an OC as a proxy, this series does as well. Arion himself is a fairly traditional anime hero, deep-rooted personal attachment to his loved ones, a strive for answers to his personal questions, and a destiny bigger than he can probably handle. In that sense, you're probably not going to find anything new with Arion in the way you would with something more experimental. However, the more traditional route it takes, it does very well. The characters are fairly well fleshed out given the time allotted, the animation is some of Sunrise's best, and there's enough twists and turns through the story that it keeps your interest as it explores more than just the story of the main protagonist. What Arion is an example of the ambition of 80s anime, going to great lengths to present a mythological epic with a glorious personality. For the prose, it has an excellent sense of scope through the environments and camera work, the final battle of Olympus being a prime example. And most of the characters are given surprising depth for such a large cast, with exceptions being Prometheus and Poseidon, but besides that, the amount is very noticeable. For the cons, it tries a little too hard to justify the romance between Arion and Resphina. It's hard to explain without spoilers, but it all works out in the end. And it could be argued it's just a bit too generic story-wise. It's a typical anime protagonist type of story. I would absolutely say yes. It's a thrilling animated picture that is lifted by the overly epic scale that the 80s was trying to pull off in animation. It saves itself from mediocrity through a likable protagonist, a love interest with a nice little extra bit to her character, and enough thrilling fight scenes that this overlooked little piece is well worth your time. Arion is not in print currently, but you can find anime like this movie at websites like rightstuffanime.com. Stay classic.